My name is Owakame Peter Thomas.
I think I noticed that he had special needs when he was about 11 months old. You know, he was not reaching his milestone at the right time. And a lot of people have been telling me it was delayed, but I didn't accept it. I just felt maybe he was over-pampered and all. But I noticed he didn't sit at the right time. The drooling was uncontrollable, and he didn't have neck control. You know, and you know the Yoruba myth, Egbesi no pali, put him at the back, tie his neck and stuff like that. And I did everything, but it still wasn't. So he didn't reach the milestone, or I noticed he was not reaching his milestone at a very early age.
True friendship, it lasts forever. True friendship, a gift we share together. No matter where you are, we're there together. Sharing moments, happiness is when we are together.
Maltina, share happiness.
We started medicals on time. I think early intervention. We started it there after I noticed that he had special needs. So I think that was how I got to, you know, understand them. Every day you still have to, like my day ends at 3 p.m. I tell everybody, because that's the time he gets back from school, and that's how I continue to be his mom, you know, so I don't have my own me time. I'm always with him, and he needs me to do a lot of things. You know, I don't think our life separates. My time stopped immediately. I noticed he had challenges. Immediately, my life stopped. I think it paused. And that's about 13 and a half years ago. You know, so all those things stopped me from being me. And now I'm somebody else's caretaker. In this part of the world, we've not accepted them yet. You know, I was at the island some few years back, and I heard a woman describing special needs as "Aomo de, Aomo dodoyo." I was like, what do you mean by? And she was like, you know. So immediately I brought out my phone and I'm like, I have one of them, but and she was like, I'm sorry. I said, no, you're not. You know, so the awareness is not there. I remember when we're in Ikoyi with my friend, my son is always relaxed. You know, in Ikoyi, people don't look at him. They don't see him. But you see, immediately he steps out of this gate, everybody stares. It's as if they've not seen his kind, you know, and the pity, sometimes I feel it's pity because they don't know anything about it. You know, some schools still find it very hard to accept our children. And it's sad. My son has been to so many schools. Some I'm not proud of. Some, but his present school, it's a God-given. They accepted him. He does things by himself. He's a basketballer. He's a drummer. You know, in this new school, he's doing a lot of things.
I did not get blind while I was in the secondary school. I got blind after my secondary school, right? So because of the WAEC result I already had while I was seeing, I cannot use it now that I am blind, right? So I had to rewrite my examination, my WAEC examination again.
The challenges I face as a visually impaired person in gaining access to quality education are numerous. It is required that for every university or institution that harbors persons living with disability, it should have ramps for those who are physically challenged and railings for guiding people who are visually impaired to navigate easily around the school. Right, so this is a very serious challenge, navigation. Even when we try to overlook that, the teaching method, lack of inadequate accessible materials, it is a problem. I am a University of Lagos graduate. I studied human relations. And while I was in school, it was a very big issue trying to gain access to soft copy of materials, because if I have the hard copy, the handouts they share, I don't need it. What I'll have to do is I'll still have to go and scan that hard copy and get to my system. Because my system has a software that reads out to me everything on the screen, I'd have to get the hard copy from my friends or buy it, scan it, and then read it out. So this is a very major issue. We should have gotten to the stage where we could get access to soft copy materials, soft copy textbooks, and access to e-libraries where we can find our lecturers and their materials online. Many universities in Nigeria, as we speak, do not have the ability to convert hard copy materials into audio or any other text that is accessible to us, braille, audio, or soft copy. They still rely on the conventional, you bring a hard copy material, I read it to you, you record it with your tape recorder or your digital recorder, and this is time consuming and stressful to whoever you're going to ask to help you do the recording.
These days, my writing materials have been so costly that we can't afford it much anymore. The braille papers, the typewriters, which is very costly now. And that has made us not to have all my notes complete. And even the recorder we are having, it's very difficult to have a good one now. And in school here around us, we have some parts in the school that is not okay for the visually impaired, which the visually impaired have been falling down almost every day because of the path, how narrow it is. Even the entrance of the school, it is very, very narrow. Like the visually impaired always find it difficult to pass through it. People in the society always see someone with visually impairment as someone that cannot do anything, or as someone that shouldn't go out, that should be staying indoor every day.
The challenges I have as a visually impaired person are the ability to catch up with the other students whenever I'm in the class. Then another thing is the ability to make sure whatever I'm writing or whatever I'm reading is accurate with the others.
Many people, when they see blind persons, they feel like it's a contagious condition. So it was a very major challenge before you can get people to assist you to do things. They have like a second thought before they help you.
When there is no adequate material for me to write the exams, such as all this laptop that I have the speech where they'll be able to speak what I'm to read my questions to me, it's challenges to me, because even when someone reads it to me, it will not be like me listening to that thing myself to be able to get the question properly, because there are people that when they pronounce the words, you won't be able to hear what they are pronouncing very well. So it's a challenge.
I knew about children with special needs and people with disability. So I had special interest in them. Then I used to go around seeing how I could be of help in one way or the other, providing needs to them. Until when I had to go to university to study special education so that I could then learn how to be of help and provide resources, how to be able to teach, and also to help in every other way to be able to make it easy and safe for persons with special needs.
In 2015, a beacon of hope emerged when the Maltina Teacher of the Year initiative was born. It didn't just provide recognition for our teachers, it also transformed their teaching experiences. And after nearly 10 years, impacting over 300 participating teachers and transforming hundreds of schools, 241 teachers and 9 schools have been rewarded with over 500 million naira in cash and non-cash prizes. With its impact transcending borders, award-winning Nigerian teachers are now being recognized internationally, showcasing the talent and dedication of educators from Nigeria. This initiative is a brainchild of the Nigerian Bruce Felix Ohiwere Education Trust Fund and proudly endorsed by the Federal Ministry of Education. This edition is supported by Union Bank, Woodhall Capital Foundation, Airpeace and Alert Group. Maltina Teacher of the Year, a decade of inspiring excellence in teaching.
These are our clients. People don't so much know about persons with special needs. All what they know about is attaching spirituality to every aspect of life. So being a teacher is a great opportunity given to me by the state government, because over the years I have been able to produce lawyers, most of whom are working with the state government. I've been able to produce teachers. Most of them too are working here. Because to bring out one child with visual impairment is a task and a job to be done well. So even if you come to the class and see us with 1 or 2 students or pupil, I used to tell people that one blind person in a class is equivalent to 40 so-called normal students, because it involves your using all methodologies you may know to impact on the child, starting from using their finger to touch the braille, dots, spelling what is there for them, teaching them typing, to be able to communicate with their sighted teachers, a whole lot of things. To me, a great and impactful life. I love doing it.
In Akwa Ibom State, special needs education is funded by government of Akwa Ibom State. So we access the funding monthly. But in Akwa Ibom State, the government cannot do it alone because it's a vast area. Therefore, government is always inviting public-private partnership. As a result of that, partners have been coming also to help, like the Maltina that built block for us, and CBN and Redeemed Christian Church of Nigeria. So those ones have been coming, like the Lottery Club that have been coming over the years. So that is it. But even when government is saying school should be free and compulsory, notice that government's money, it may not be adequate, even though the funding is from the government of Akwa Ibom State.
I think the Maltina Teacher of the Year award is such an amazing award, especially because it is all-inclusive. It's all-inclusive because it carries everybody along. Nobody is left behind in these awards. There are challenges that you find that you have special needs people who are not necessarily mainstreamed in mainstream education. the Maltina Teacher of the Year Award does not exclude them. But that being said, I think it's important for everybody to know that the Maltina Teacher of the Year Award ensures that everybody is involved in the process of participating. This process of participating includes those who enter, in other words, the teachers themselves. Special needs teachers are invited, gender is taken on board, age is taken on board, so all-inclusive demographics are taken on board. And I think this makes it a really special award, apart from, of course, the fact that it's done every year, and every year when we come for the grand finale, nothing can be more beautiful.
The ETF has done immensely. Before the Maltina Teacher of the Year, we had problem of accommodation. When the government said it is free and compulsory education, so all manner of persons have come into school. And because we're also running an inclusive education setup, so persons of all types of age and others have come into school, and we had accommodation problems. So the ETF came in and provided 6 classroom blocks and a resource center and others. So with that, the accommodation problem of the school was quickly solved, because we had enough classroom to accommodate the students that were available at that time. And the classroom block is still available now, so it's taking care of the accommodation problem of the school. The overseas training has done one of the things I had ever wanted to have. Experience is never bought in the market. So when I got to UK, University of Manchester, I learned a lot, and then we've also collaborated and with other individuals here and there. With the experience we got from there, coming back, we now be able to have the resources that is needed for us to be able to teach. And ever since then, when I came back to class, I had other ways, other methods of making my class fun, for making teaching and learning process very easy. It wasn't that cumbersome. Materials were there, resources were there. So whatever I got there, I could now use whatever resources at my disposal to be able to make my class fun and make my teaching learning process very easy. And then it also helped me to be able to set up a resource center whereby children can go there once in a while and get whatever thing they need to be able to enhance their learning.
True friendship, it lasts forever. True friendship, a gift we share together. No matter where you are, we're there together. Sharing moments, happiness is when we are together.
Maltina, share happiness.
Governments can make life easier for us, for me, by putting a helping hand. As I talk about our writing materials, by subsidizing it. When I resumed school, the year I resumed, Braille papers, a ream was sold for 2,500, but now it has moved to 6,000, which is very costly for us to purchase. And the recorders, I think governments will be of help to us by helping us to supply all those things.
To make my life and career easier for me, I believe that there should be an environment. The world should make an environment that is inclusive. Inclusive in terms of whenever there is a view, there should be an audio version of that view also, so that the blind persons like myself can also take part in what is happening.
The family is the smallest unit of every individual, and so we start by enlightening fathers and mothers of Nigeria. Many people still believe in this century, this age, this AI generation we are in, that people who are disabled or visually impaired have a serious maybe curse or are undergoing some level of punishment from God or have committed a crime and should be isolated and set aside from the society. Many people don't understand that there are many things that you can achieve if you allow your visions to guide you. Now, some of the things we need are, first of all, enlightenment. We need to enlighten as many people as possible. Explain to them that when you are blind, it does not mean that all hope is lost. When you are suffering from any form of disability, all hope is not lost. You can still achieve and accomplish as much as you want to if you have the right people to support you and the right facilities at your beck and call. At the place where you're at work and you are going for an employment interview, you get to the employment and they know you are visually impaired. Before they ask you if you are competent enough, you are automatically disqualified because they assume that you cannot do it. So that perception should be completely disregarded. People should be judged by their competency and not by their disabilities. So if we have this at different levels, enlightenment at the family level, enlightenment at the educational level with adequate facilities, enlightenment at the employment and workplace level with adequate facilities, I think that our life and career in general would be better.
For those that are still in school, there should be facilities made available for them, library resources. Sometimes our books to even read is usually difficult to find because we do not have, or the school does not have a braille embosser to help us emboss our books that we need to study. So this should be made available, and then the environment should be also accessible for visually impaired ones for them to apply on.
It should provide good materials even for we the visually impaired, visually blind one, something that you can use to navigate your way, because there are so many materials that you can use to navigate your way, like guide cane and other equipment for blind.
Next time on Teaching with the Heart.
The two most critical things for development are education and healthcare. When Tony Blair was running to be Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, said his top 3 priorities were education, education, and education. If Britain, where we send people to go to school, can think that way, imagine what is wrong with how we think in education today in Nigeria.